Hi everyone, Matteo here. In this video I want to talk about the dripper I used for the open service round at the World Brewers Cup Championship 2021 in Milan. Back in London, after I selected the coffee that I wanted to use for the competition, I knew immediately what kind of dripper I wanted to use to brew that coffee at its best. I wanted something that will give me two important characteristics that I was looking for:
fast flow rate and high heat retention.
A very fast dripper that I had was the OREA V2, but the aluminium was not the perfect material because it would have absorbed a lot of heat during the first pour and giving not enough energy for the extraction. And this is an aspect that you need to consider in competition, because when you are on stage, if you don't preheat the dripper during the routine, you know that you will brew the coffee with a dripper at room temperature. And that's why it's very important to know the material your brewer is made of. So I contacted Orea, the creator of OREA, asking him for his help to create something unique that was ticking all my boxes. Fortunately for me, he agreed to help me, and we started to work together on what ended up being this: a flat bottom brewer with a shape basically identical to the OREA V2, but slightly taller for a better fit of the Kalita 155 paper filters. Keeping the same shape was crucial because I loved the fast flow that I could achieve with the OREA V2, and I didn't want to change that. Now, where do the fast flow rate properties of the OREA come from? Two major design attributes contribute to giving to this brewer a fast flow rate. First, the stiffness of the board, and second, the design of the bottom. The stiffness of the board plays a very important role because when we brew coffee, the pressure of the water applied on the bottom of the brewer, thanks to the gravity, is more focused on the center of it. It also keeps the level of the water higher compared to a brewer with a more open angle board. This gives the water the possibility to apply a higher pressure on the bottom, and here is when the unique ring design plays a key role. This ring increases the airflow during the draining, giving to the coffee a faster flow rate. Now, let's talk about the material which this dripper is made of. I was looking for a material with a very low heat absorbance, something that would allow me to brew at high temperature since the first pour. And together with the manufacturer, we decided to create few prototypes using polycarbonate. Polycarbonate is a high heat resistance polymer with great insulating properties that absorb less heat from the water than traditional plastic. This gives the possibility to reach and keep high temperature inside the brewer, and as a consequence, higher energy for the coffee solids extraction. Also, we made the boards 3 mm thick instead of 2 mm, giving us a superior heat retention inside the brewer. Now, what does this dripper allow me to achieve? As I said at the beginning, I was searching for a dripper with two properties:
Fast flow rate and high heat retention.
And this allows me to achieve higher extraction with less contact time. The high temperature I can achieve inside the brewer, thanks to the polycarbonate, compensates for the reduced contact time between water and coffee. So I can brew faster and reduce the chances to extract unpleasant compounds from the coffee that require a long contact with water to extract, for example, polyphenols. Also, I found another advantage of this dripper. Recalling the properties of the polycarbonate, the fact that it absorbs less heat, the material doesn't retain it either. And I noticed that as the temperature of the water in the kettle decreases, the temperature inside the brewer does too. Now I want to briefly mention the dynamic of extraction in coffee. The first compounds to be extracted are the acids, so the acidity, following by the sweetness, and finishing with the bitterness. Now, a high temperature of the dripper towards the end of brewing, that normally happens with a ceramic or a metal dripper, it increases the chances of over extraction, because the material is able to maintain the high temperature constant until the end of brewing. But I want to remind you that the bitter compounds are the last to be extracted. So a material that doesn't retain heat gives you a major control in terms of extraction, because we achieve a high temperature at the beginning of brewing and a reduced temperature at the end. What happens if we use a ceramic or a metal dripper, for example the aluminium OREA V2, is that we will have a lower temperature inside the coffee bed at the beginning of brewing, because the dripper will partially absorb the heat, and then a higher temperature at the end of the brewing, because the material, in this case the aluminium, has the ability to retain the heat. Now, I'm not saying that ceramic or metal are wrong. This was just the best for a coffee that I used for the competition, and also the best if you brew your coffee with a dripper at room temperature, which is something that always happens in competitions. When you brew coffee at home, it is different because you don't have rules to follow, but keep these dynamics in mind, because they could be quite helpful for you to achieve a balanced cup of coffee at home. Now, this brewer is not on the market. We just made 10 pieces for the competition, but OREA released a similar brewer with the same properties, using a more affordable material than polycarbonate, called GROOMING. With this brewer, you can achieve the same performance than with polycarbonates, and for a friendlier price. I will share a link in the description box so you can check it out. Soon I will release an entire video about it and share with you some brewing methods to get the best out of this amazing dripper. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to give a like to this video and subscribe for more coffee contents. If you watched until the end of this video, comment below, hot and fast. What? Do you think it's a bit lame? Yeah, it's very lame. Yeah, but it's very trendy to do this on YouTube, you know? Really? Why? It's to see how many people watch the video until the end. Who cares? But I can. It's really important for my channel. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work. Why not? Because you suck, and also you're taking too much time to end this video. Man, with you, I can never do anything.